Welcome to Just in Time series with Vishwadharma. In one of the recent conversations that I had with my friends, there was an interesting topic that they have raised. They said that Vishwa, nowadays, the movie industry, the film industry, they are using negative titles for their movies, and even the appearance, right? The looks and makeup and everything, even the characterization, hero characterization is predominantly it's portraying more villainism, more evil, aspect. So, what is the impact on their profits? Do you think it is really? Does it give any auspicious? I'm sorry. Does it give any auspicious, um, results for their career perspective? Also, something like that. He was, asking. So, my explanation or my rationality, for this specific scenario is that using evil titles, it is just that to attract people, right? Because we all know that bad attracts very easily than good, right? The evil things attracts human beings very easily. If you keep a junk food on a table, and if you keep some fresh food, people, because I'm using the word junk food, you may try to select the fresh food, right? But if I tell you, let's say samosa or pakoda samosa, some kind of pizza or these kind of things on a table, and then a fresh fruits right next to it, and if I ask you to choose out of it, then definitely majority of the people select samosa and pakoda, right? Because that's the power of that's the power of the negative oriented substances. So here, they want to make money, they want to make a very quick money, they want to become super successful, they want to earn a lot of profits. So they believe, right? It's just their belief. They believe that if they choose wrong titles, the evil titles or the bad titles, the demon titles, it attracts a lot of people, and they can become rich and something like that. So the question is, does it have an impact on their profits, right? It's an hypothetical situation, right? The impact on of the profits, right, is purely based on the content of the movie. What are the intentions and the impact that it's creating on society? Right? Definitely, there are aspects of negative and positive and all these things. Definitely, it is there. So it has its own impact. When I explained this, my friend, he was not convinced. He said that where is the logic, where is the rationality, right? I just need some pure logic for me to understand. Then I asked him this question. So do you believe in God? He said yes. And do you pray using the name of the God, and do you chant on a regular basis, everyday basis? He says yes, absolutely. Every day I pray for some 10-15 minutes, and I do chant the God name, and I find it very peaceful, right? It's very relaxing, and it gives me a lot of positive vibrations and all. So that's the point, right? So I asked him that when you are chanting the name of the God, and when you are chanting the when you are doing the prayer, then you feel very energetic, you feel very positive, and you are so relaxed. And when you think about a bad personality, evil personality, demons, rakshasa, right? We say that. So do you really feel the same vibrations, right? Absolutely no. He said absolutely no. So that's the point. That's the common sense. That's the logic. What else is required? When you know that there is a positive impact when you chant the name of the God or the great people, good people, and when you don't feel comfortable chanting the bad people or evil people, right? And when your mind says that no, it's a negative thing, and when your mind is not accepting, right, then that's the answer. That's where it's a simple logic. But the question is why the industry prefers, wrong or the bad titles, right, the evil titles, knowing that it has a negative impact on their mind, right? So multiple things. It's like, as I said, it's to attract people, because bad has got more power in attracting people so easily, and so that they can make a lot of money, and so on. But the point here is, what we see is very, limited. What we have is very limited visibility of what their success, right? See, they might have become successful. They may become successful, and just by looking at the numbers, right, the blockbuster number or ratings, etc., etc., we can't get to the conclusion that their whole life is going to be same, or their whole life is going to be successful, and it's going to be very sustainable and so on, right? Because when you strongly believe that when you are doing the right thing, when you are following the right path, when you strongly believe that you will get the right result, similarly, when you follow the wrong path, knowingly or unknowingly, it has its own result. And these two accounts are separate, distinct. The result of the good work that you do and the result of the bad aspect, right, bad work that you do, they never get mixed up each other, right? It's a separate account. This is a separate account, that is a separate account. Let's say you have done 10 things in life, just and 9 things are, very great, excellent, noble, right, great things you have done, 9 things. But the 10th thing, right, the 10th item, you have done a great mistake, not even a mistake, it's a sin, right, great sin, right? 9 good things, 1 sin. Now you may think that, well, I have done 9 good things, so obviously it should get compensated with that 10th sin what I committed, right, because I did unknowingly, or maybe circumstances or situation and so on. No, you will enjoy the benefits, the fruits of the good work of that 9 activities that you performed, the good activities. You will also reap the result of that 10th sin, that 10th, no, it's not the 10th sin, it is the sin of that particular 10th activity that you have done, right? So that's how it is. The calculation that nature does, the nature has, right, it's very complex, and it takes into lot of things into consideration, multiple factors it takes into the consideration. So in this case, in the movie, scenario, the producers, the bad karma and good karma, and the directors, bad karma and good karma, actors and everybody, right, everything it gets calculated, and finally they will get their own result, right? So if you really want to study, just look at a producer who has made movies, and look at the number of titles, right, the bad movie titles that he has used, or the evil, the negative titles that he has used, and how is his or her life, right? Look at the life journey, right, the complete timeline that you have to study. Then you will understand finally what result he has got. Maybe in the final days of his life, what result he might have got, right? But there are exceptions, like in some cases they may not get results in this life, but in next life they may be. But again, see, some people, right, they may think that it's a spiritual and it's not scientific and all. No, it is scientific, right? Spirituality is a science, it's a spiritual science, and where there is a logic, where there are steps defined, where there is an algorithm, there is a science, right? So basically, forget about science and spirituality and all these things. It's a common sense, right? When you, how does your mind feels when you think about good things? You feel happy. When you think about bad things, right, and when you do the bad things, you may not really feel a positive vibrations, right? At a temporary situation, temporarily you may feel that momentary satisfaction, you may have it, but again, it has its own impact, negative impact. Who wants to, test it? Do you want to test it? So like that I asked my friend. So he understood, he was satisfied with that logic. So I just wanted to share here as a podcast. So basically, everything has its own impact. See, when you strongly believe that a good result will come when you do the good things, when you chant the good, words, obviously, or similarly, you will get the bad results when you do the bad things, when you think about the bad things, when you chant the bad names. It's as simple as that. Yes or no? Think about it. Thank you for listening to this podcast.